Okay, good morning everybody. Welcome to Siyam World. It's in Nuuno Atoll and this is the dive temple, the dive center in Siyam World. And let me introduce you something about the dive sites around Siyam World. Let's come over here. Here we have the dive site map of Nuuno Atoll. And as you can see, here is Siyam World, where we are at the moment. Yeah, it's a big island in the middle of the atoll. And last year in October, we sank down a wreck, a shipwreck. And it is on this side, on the west side of Siyam World. Just a little bit off the jetty, a couple of meters away from the reef. And it is really a hub for wildlife at the moment. A lot of fish, schooling jackfish. We see guitar sharks, sometimes grey reef sharks. A lot of macro is already starting to live on the wreck, and slowly the corals are growing as well. All right, then, well, here's the entrance of the dive center. We have a beautiful dive shop where people can buy the necessaries for diving and the beach. Come over.
At what time do you open up the dive center usually?
We open up at 8 o'clock and then we leave with the dive boat at 8:30. So the people come here to get their gear. And then here you can see the beautiful dive donie. It's straight in front of the dive center, and we have a large sun deck. There's a toilet on board. We have oxygen, medical kit, and of course radio and telephone, you know, in case of emergency.
Yeah.
But they're very big and very comfortable.
How many of those boats are you operating here?
6.
6 boats.
But we use 2 boats for the dive center.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two for the dive center. And do you also have the option for speedboats, for example?
Yeah, we have a specially designed speedboat for diving, which has a ladder. It's a golf craft, which has a ladder on the side. So it's for people very easy to jump in. They open the little door, and when they come back, they climb up on the side of the speedboat. That's for 12 packs. And then we visit the other atolls to see the best dive site in those atolls. All right, so here we have the wet room. So this is where the people put all their diving gear after the diving. There is the instructor section. And then if you follow me outside, I show you where the people can suit up. Here are some benches, and then we can walk over to...
Yeah, good morning, little caddy.
Yeah, it's full of cats here, huh? So here's a shallow lagoon. It's about 2 meters deep, and it's actually ideal to do courses.
Yeah.
There's sometimes a little bit current, but not disturbing, and through this ladder we can actually access and enter and access the water.
Yeah. So courses are not starting in the pool. You're starting right away in the in like the shallow water, or is it for Discover Scuba Diving? You also have some pool sessions.
Yeah. We have a big pool. It's called the Together Bar, which is 1.6 meter deep, and that's a very convenient place for people to make the first steps. But when we do try scuba dive, we either go here or to the other side of the island where there is a jetty and a ladder to go on the house reef.
Yeah.
But this is very comfortable for training. Yeah, any course we can either start here or in the swimming pool, depending on the people.
Oh yeah. So this is the entrance for the
for the lagoon, actually. Yeah.
For the lagoon, and so this everything looks quite new. When did you open up?
This resort opened up October 21.
Yeah.
So it's now 4 years running. And yeah, in the beginning it's very hard with a big island like this to organize everything, but now it's very well settled. The service is really well.
I think I would like to go just over there, have a quick view into the water, because all the divers love water, of course.
True that.
Look at that, shallow and a nice entrance, stairs, easy to get in, easy to get out. That is beautiful place.
Yeah, and there's a very comfortable sandy bottom there at 2 meters. So you can sit down and kneel and do all your exercises for the course.
let's assume we just did a dive and we're
Yeah.
coming out. So what's going to happen then?
So you just come back with the dive dhoni, and then here you can take a shower. Here are the basins to rinse the gear. And yeah, after that it will be transported into the wet room and kept for drying.
Yeah. So how is the wet room organized? Let's like when people come with their own gear,
Yeah.
or if they rent out, how do they organize to get their stuff in order, and how do they know where their own equipment is?
Well, actually, you get a box, and on your intake form is a box number, so all your gear is going in that box. If you have your own gear, it's very advisable to hang it on one of those hangers, so it's not stored in the box, but during the night it can dry out, and then the next day before the dive we pack the boxes and they will be put on the boat.
Yeah. So how many divers can you actually organize around here in that dive center? Because it looks quite big.
We never counted the limit actually, but we have 20 diving staff, so anybody who enters the dive center and will start diving can start immediately, the same afternoon or the same morning. We have very small groups. We take normally 1 or 2 divers for entry-level courses, but on the boat we take maximum 4 people per dive instructor or dive master.
Yeah. And what about the guiding? When you have experienced divers and they are coming to a dive site, how big are the groups by then?
We aim for 4 people, and then we differentiate in beginners, advanced and experienced. If a family wants to dive together, maybe 5 or 6 packs, that's also possible. But we have quite a few dive boats here, so there is no limit on the amount of divers that we actually carry.
Okay. Yeah, the dhonies, they're quite huge. So
Yeah.
how many people can fit on one dhoni?
On these dhonies, 30 people easily.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
How many dive sites do you have around here, and how long does it take to get to the dive sites?
We have about 40 dive sites around Siyam World, and the farthest away is 1 hour with the dhoni.
Yeah. Which one would that be?
That would be the Shark Point, where we are planning to go tomorrow morning with our group.
All right. So yeah, let's walk a little bit through
Yeah.
the dive center again, please. So here's some rental equipment I see.
Yeah.
And look at that. I have a look inside here. What is this?
This is actually the classroom where we do instructor courses. This is a career center, and we cater for any education from entry level, try scuba, up till instructor level.
Okay, so you basically you cover everything you can cover up.
Yeah.
Technical diving is not allowed in the Maldives, is that right? Because there are like hardly any.
True. Yeah.
There
There are no rules, there's no regulations.
Yeah.
There are some people who do it on the fly in Adu, but officially we cannot do technical diving.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Then, yeah, I see a green box over there. What is this?
Well, this is actually an oxygen box. This is for when people get decompression sickness or symptoms of that.
For safety measures.
Safety measures. So this goes always on the boat.
Yeah.
If anything appears, then we can treat it. But also in the dive center, when we go to the pool, we bring it to the pool. So there is immediate medical service for everybody.
And you, where's the next deco chamber from here?
Not very far. It's in the next atoll, Koredu. It's about 30 minutes with the speedboat.
Yeah.
And they have a doctor there, a deco chamber doctor, and a chamber always ready for use.
Very good. And do you also have a doctor here on site?
Yeah, we have a clinic in Siyam World, and we have 2 doctors and a nurse. We have even an ambulance.
Very good. Yeah, I mean it's like a village around here.
Yeah,
it's definitely one of the biggest resort islands I've ever been to, and I think it's one of the biggest from the size of the island itself. It's I think 54 hectares.
That's right, 54 hectares. Yeah.
54 hectares, that means it's around 100 football fields, soccer fields,
Yeah.
which is a lot. Like, they even have a soccer field here.
They have, yeah.
Yeah. And
they
a
have
big farm, they also have a farm here.
Yeah.
It's huge, yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of huge, this is also a huge dive
Yeah,
center.
I love it. It's a very, very comfortable place to conduct diving.
Yeah.
Let me show you the compressor room.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's have a look where the air is coming from.
Yeah.
I think I just made a mistake. I said air, but it's not only air, it's gas, because it's nitrox.
Right, yeah, we have gases, that's right.
Yeah.
So this is actually 3 air compressors. They are quite fast, 560 liters per minute.
Yeah.
And this is for the nitrox. It's connected to the air compressors, and yeah, at the moment almost everybody is diving nitrox because it's better for you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I see. It's those are the Bauer B controls. They are like really nicely for checking the air quality and
Yeah.
everything, and the filters, and yeah. There is also a huge room here. Wow, look at that. So that's right where we started. We're gonna end now because, of course, we want to go diving at some point and
Yeah.
not talking about diving. So what's gonna happen tomorrow?
Okay, tomorrow we plan a trip to 2 of the most popular dive sites here around Siyam World. The first one is Shark Point. It's actually a small sea mountain in the middle of the atoll, which is a shark nursery. So they're breeding little grey reef sharks. But other than that, we can see a variety of schooling fish, bedfish, jackfish, a lot of snappers, and turtles are sitting on the reef eating the soft corals.
Sorry to interrupt. So from here we are right here, and we're gonna drive all the way up here.
Yeah,
that will be a boat ride for about 1 hour.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, on the way back from the Shark Point, we go to Christmas Tree. And that is a very beautiful pinnacle from 30 meters up to 14. And it really looks like a Christmas tree if you look at the side. There's huge overhangs, then it comes up, then again there's overhangs, and then on the top there is like a variety of macro to find. But the best part of this reef is that the soft corals are amazing. All the colors of the rainbow. So take a light when you go there. And then we can see sharks there, eagle rays, big tunas cruising around, because big swarms of fusiliers actually they cover this pinnacle, and there's a lot of live action apart from the soft corals.
All right, I'm really looking forward to this.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that will be a really nice experience. Thank you, Koen, for your time.
Yeah.
And it was a pleasure to be here in San Siyam with you guys. And yeah, hope to see everyone here soon.
Definitely. Hope to see you soon, guys.